Mercury retrograde is coming, and if you've been on a roll for the last 2.5 weeks, finally recognizing what feels easy and natural for you in this new 2025 paradigm, be prepared. It might feel like your brain and ideas are hitting a wall. I'm Panda Hershey, and I help highly effective women make better decisions for themselves more quickly and know when to act on them without all the second guessing. Because just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to. Welcome to the July 16th Coffee and Cosmos call, where we talk about how the Mercury retrograde is giving you the opportunity to test some of the ideas you've come up with since June 29th. And it's okay if some of them don't work out. The key thing is to take action. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
Oh my God, welcome from all the way from the Pacific Northwest. I know it's like Bellingham, right? So I hope you and Theo are doing well. It's so good to have you here. Min, hi. And wow, Mercury retrograde's coming, you guys. How's it feeling? I can feel it slowing down, like the progress I was making. I was on such a roll last week, and it has definitely slowed down. So this is my time to say, okay, all right, stop with take the ideas you've got and start going with it. But it's so good to have everyone, and let's get going because we have 3 weeks to cover before the first session in August. Oh my God, August! Can you even believe it? All right. So, I think we have a new person. Vicky, welcome to this your first coffee in Cosmos. And just to orient you, I want to show you a couple things. This is just a natal chart for July 16th here in Berkeley at noon, where not at noon actually, it shows where um, if you just keep the chart oriented the same way, how the planets move. And the planets move normally in this direction. And so you'll see them tick through as the days go by. And where are we right now? So, right now, Mercury is about to station retrograde here in Leo, and the sun here Saturn just stationed retrograde, so it's here in Aries and moving backward. And other things going on. The sun is moving through just finishing up, moving through where Jupiter will be. You can see Jupiter is moving into this area here. And we've been taking steps for our growth. So let's see how things move. Tomorrow, the sun finishes moving through this Jupiter portal and leaves at 25 degrees of Cancer. So, if over the last 10 days you have been doing things that feel like it's planting the seed for opening doors, that is exactly what you should be doing. And that if you don't know how it's going to turn out, or it feels like I'm just taking a big leap of faith here, perfect, because that's listening to your intuition and going for it to see, all right, let's just see what happens. Maybe something can happen with this even in a month. Friday, Mercury stations retrograde. And as we've talked about, that is our opportunity to take stock of all the ideas that we've gathered about what has felt natural, what has felt easy for us. And we may not be good at it yet, but that's okay. It just has to feel good. And there's got to be someone out there that seems like they would appreciate it or do appreciate it. You've gotten some positive feedback somewhere that this is the right thing. And we'll start testing soon. On the 23rd, Venus leaves last year's Jupiter portal through Gemini. And if you think back to a year ago and how much you knew then, and how many how perhaps you may have been wishing you had a bigger perspective or had a grasp on the details. Think about how far you've come in the last year and how much you know. And that is a signal that you can do a lot and grow a lot in a year. And we're getting ready for that next signal, that next opportunity for growth. But really, Venus moving through this area of the sky where Jupiter spent 9 months last year and into this year is giving you that validation that yes, you've actually learned so much and it is now part of you. Also, on the 23rd, the sun here is opposite where Pluto is in Leo, and it is giving us a perspective on what we can do that feels fun and easy and natural to us that helps us do something in the new paradigm because Pluto is that energy that has brought the new paradigm to us and our doing things that feel fun and easy are helping to give us that perspective on what that the path to take, which way to go that feels like, okay, this could be fun if I keep going. Then on the 24th, it is exactly opposite Pluto. And that may be a day where you really, it clicks, you start to get it. And it's a short window because it leaves on the 26th. And on that same day is when the sun starts moving through the Mercury portal from 4 to 15.5 degrees. It's the day to start your testing. It's the day to think about, okay, I'm going to look at my list of things. And if I haven't done anything yet, what could I do today? What sparks my heart to say, this is something I could try. I'm willing to give it a go and just see what happens. On the 29th, Mars is moving through Virgo. So putting your heart into making something beautiful and elegant. And it is opposite that Saturn portal. And the Saturn portal has helped us, and there was the Mercury and the Venus portal all in the same area of the sky of Pisces and Aries, of finding the people that get it and then being able to be inspired by them, maybe have something brought to our attention, we bring something to their attention. But now with Mars being opposite that, it's like perspective on, okay, what can I do to get things perfect? What can I do to hone this into something so great? I can take it to one person, that's the Libra energy, and they will get it. They will like understand what I'm trying to say. Chiron stations retrograde at 27 degrees of Aries on July 30th. And that means that if things have been coming to your attention that you weren't expecting, that pressure is going to ease. That you were maybe trying things and um, people responded in a way that you weren't quite expecting, either positive or negative. You get to sit with that energy that has happened over the last year or the last, actually, sorry, since the spring and say, okay, how can I either adjust who I'm talking to, figure out how I change my message, or really what angle am I really focused on? What do I really care about? On the 31st, Mercury and the Sun meet up at 9 degrees of Leo. So remember, the Sun is moving through that Mercury portal while Mercury is moving backwards, and they meet up on the 31st. So their being at the same spot means it could be a really busy day. So it's a good time to leave space in your schedule for you to do something fun, to get invited to show what you can do, to be yourself and have people appreciate it. And if that opportunity comes, you have the space to do it. So just look for that. And if you already have something scheduled that day, then looking for how can I turn this into something that is what I love and feels natural? Because chances are the people that will appreciate it are going to be there. And I know this is so long because it's 3 weeks instead of 6 weeks. I'm sorry, 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. On the 5th of August, Mars is opposite the Neptune portal, so overlapping that Saturn energy. And again, it is how am I getting something so perfect that I can take it to one person and they'll get it? And I think we meet again on the 6th. Let me just check. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's go back. I'm going to go through that one more time just so you can watch. But you'll see Mercury basically not moving and starting to move back. You'll see the sun catch up to it on the 31st as Mercury's moving backwards. You'll see Mars ticking through these last degrees of Virgo. And let's see. Okay. So, first, looking for signs that you are on the cusp of some growth and that you are ready. The validation that you did grow over the last year hopefully inspires to say, yep, I can do this again. I have something to offer. Maybe I'm needing to build some kind of skill in order to make that really good. And here's this opportunity that's coming if I just take one little step now. And with Mercury going retrograde on Friday, that is 3 weeks to really kind of deconstruct what is it that I enjoy? What is fun for me? What is natural for me that helps me to feel like I'm making my contribution in this new world that I've got, that I'm living in since January? And note you get to experiment during that time period, and the dates will come up again and see who appreciates it. And it might not be the same people you've always talked to or been in contact with. So note when it feels so good that you are drawn to work hard and get even better at it. That's a sign that you're on track because you don't have to be good at it now. And be open to any and all outcomes during this testing and just let them surprise you so that you get as much information as you can so that when the retrograde is over, you're going to take the best ideas and move forward with them. Okay, so let's break that down. So we're still in this period from the 6th to the 17th, so another day, where the sun here is moving through this year's Jupiter portal, and you're planting seeds for what you can do to open the door to your growth. From the 14th to the 23rd, Venus is here moving through last year's Jupiter portal, giving you that validation that you have grown in terms of how much you know, how much you've got a grasp on the details, and you get to pat yourself on the back. On the 18th, Friday, Mercury goes retrograde, and this is when all that brainstorming, that role that you feel like you've been on, hits a wall. And so it's time to look at that list of ideas that you've gathered about what it is that feels easy for you, good for you, natural for you. And you'll start to think about how you could test it. From the 23rd to the 26th, the sun here is opposite where Pluto is all year, giving you some perspective on what you can do and what is possible for you to just get going in the right direction. It may feel like you're turning the corner on this paradigm, like, okay, yeah, it threw me for a loop in the beginning, but now I'm getting a handle on what I can do. And then from the 26th to August 7th is when the sun is actually moving through that little bit of the sky where Mercury is. And it's your time to test and experiment. Give it a go and just know that not everything will, quote, work, but you will get data. You will see something about what feels good and what doesn't. And you can let go of the things that just don't feel like they're hitting the mark for you. From the 29th until August 10th, Mars is opposite both the Saturn and Neptune portals over here. And it's tying in with one, feeling good about what you're finding, what you're good at, but also recognizing, I wish I could get this better. I wish I could get this perfect. I'm working so hard on it. And if I can just get one person to pay attention, then I think I'm on my way. And those combined energies help you know that, all right, this thing that I'm trying is probably on track, even if it's not perfect yet. Then on the 30th, Chiron stations retrograde. So it's time to just take stock of any surprises that have come up about what you have brought to people's attention. What is the thing that really seems to get them to recognize it's urgent? What is it that the topic is that you realize is important to you? And it helps you kind of readjust and go back and try it again to bring this attention to what you feel is so important. Then on the 31st, the Sun and Mercury meet up at 9 degrees of Leo. So allow for a busy day. If you're in Compass and you see that you have a tool at 9 degrees, allow space for you to use that tool. Look for ways to use it. And if you see, something just lights you up that day and you want to go do it, that is a great day to do it. So, tips for thriving. Remember, Mercury goes retrograde on Friday, so your brainstorming progress hits a wall. But all it means is that you get to take your list of ideas and think about how to test them, especially in this time period from July 26th to August 7th. Different ways to do this. Brainstorm with someone else if that's helpful, and find, different people who might really appreciate what you've got. And most of all, when you're looking for what's fun, it's almost got to be so fun you feel like you're so excited to get up the next day and do it. And then on the 31st, be sure to allow space for you to have that fun with Mercury and the Sun, like together at 9 degrees of Leo inside that portal, so that you can take advantage of any ideas that come up at the last moment to really do something fun and really maybe get some good results from your testing. And so, if any of you guys, if you're struggling to find what you bring to the table in this new paradigm and Mercury retrograde feels like pretty scary, well, this is the time to find your right combination of what you bring and the people who want them, people who just love you for you. And I've got these master classes this week, few more this week, and a little bit just after Mercury goes retrograde. so that you know how to use it. And you can DM me Mercury here and I can get back to you, or check me out on Instagram, DM me there to get the Zoom link because it's interactive. You get to ask questions, and I'm really on a mission to change 10,000 people's minds about how awesome Mercury retrograde is. All right. Any questions? Any things that are going on that I can support you on with the current energy for the next 3 weeks? Feel free to unmute yourself. Welcome, Annabelle.
Thank you very much. Saying hello from Philly.
All right. You're the main line. Is everyone like good with their lists? They at least have a few things that feel like, yep, maybe I'm repackaging or rethinking what I used to do that felt really fun and easy, and seeing, okay, in this new life that I've got, I understand, that this feels really good now, and I could give it a try and see what happens. Have a conversation, just test something. If you're an entrepreneur, I think it's a great time to do a beta launch. Put an email out to your people and just say, hey, I'm going to give this a try. Who's interested? Let me know.
Is it a good time to do creative work? I'm a writer, so I've had a couple of pieces that I've wanted to work on, but I wasn't sure if it's a good time to pitch to publications or editors.
I think it is actually a good time to pitch a small piece of it and see who like gravitates toward it, and then it enables you to get feedback possibly and get clarity, and then move forward with those ideas when Mercury goes forward again at the end of the retrograde on the 11th.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I have a TV series I was developing, and I was going to send it to a couple of people for feedback. The pitch, I mean. Um, it's like it's a treatment essentially, a visual treatment, and then
Perfect.
maybe take it out there after Mercury's done retrograding.
I would Well, I think getting feedback during the retrograde is exactly what it's for. That
Yeah,
we can use that time to deconstruct what we thought was going really well by taking some action on it. And the action can be putting it out to a few select places and just getting some feedback. And maybe it's not, so maybe you test it out with peers right
yeah,
before you
that's what
go
I
for the actual thing.
yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. As long as you do some kind of action with it.
Okay, thank you.
You bet, Vicky. Anyone else? Kim, it's good to see you again. All
I
right, you
mean, the
guys,
only
I can't.
thing, I think I asked you this once before, Panda.
Yeah,
Since I have natal Mercury retrograde, is there anything specific I should keep in mind regarding that?
I I would say is less important than the degrees. If you're the degrees of that Mercury, your natal Mercury are between 4 and 15 and a half, and the sign does not matter, then it's coming into play during this whole time with Mercury, the whole Mercury portal. So that would be the thing to look at and how you use your mind. And
Okay.
it sounds like it might be if you've been working on it. Anyone else? Any questions? I hope you guys does everyone have ideas? Put a Y in the chat if you've got an idea for something that you're going to test during the retrograde. At least one thing. Or have an idea. Okay, Vicky, thank you. All right. Always too many ideas. That's great. That means a lot of data when you go test them. But and give me a yes in the chat if you've got like something you're recognizing, something that feels good for you. That's the key thing. is that tuning in to what feels natural, what feels fun, what feels easy. If you've got that, and always recognizing who's not the right fit and recognizing what doesn't feel good, maybe anymore. There you go. Good. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Congratulations. Perfect, Annabelle. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Yes, I know what that is like to put that dissertation together and get feedback and then hand that thing in. Wow, awesome. An online art store. Good luck with that. That sounds so exciting. Okay. All right. Well, it's so great to have a couple new people. That's really fun, and some friends who've been with me for a long time. I haven't seen in a while. And you guys, I will see you in 3 weeks. Good luck with the retrograde. Catch the Mercury masterclass if you have time. They are free. You get to get some coaching. You can ask questions, and I just love doing it. So, all right. Thank you so much, you guys. See you in August.
Thanks, Panda.
I hope you feel prepared to move easily through these next 3 weeks. You do have something to contribute in this new 2025 paradigm, and this is the time to find your best options. If you'd like to join us on our next Coffee and Cosmos Live, just DM me coffee on Instagram at It's Panda Hershey, and I'll send you the link. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.